Samir swings his legs. His heels bang into the craft chest under my bed. Thud, 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 thud. When does Ramadan stop? I ask. He shrugs. Want to play a game? He shakes his head. Thud, 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 thud. I made it, I say. Made what? A game. It's a cross between Snakes and Ladders and Monopoly. His eyes go bigger. You have to get really rich and build lots of houses. And if you get a ladder, it helps you build faster. But if a snake comes into your house, it eats you. He looks out of the window and shrugs again. Samir is being quiet, like when I first met him. We were 5 then. He didn't speak much English, so Mum taught him words like difficult and brilliant in the car. We've been driving Samir for 4 years. In the morning, we take him to school, and then after that, he comes back to ours until Mrs. Ahmed finishes work. Mr. and Mrs. Ahmed are nice. They let us have free curries from Mr. Ahmed's tandoori restaurant. We eat a lot of curry now. Most days, actually. Mainly carry-out, sometimes meals out. Mum even puts cold curry in my lunchbox. She says, free food is not to be sniffed at. But I can't help sniffing when I eat curry. It just happens. I look around my room for things to do. If I was on my own, I'd play with my tiny tears. I've got a whole shelf of them. Really pretty dolls with really blonde hair and really pale skin and holes where they really wet themselves. Only with water, but I tried it with orange squash once and it looked proper. But tiny tails are just for girls, so I need to think of something else. Fuzzy felt, bit fiddly, Lego, yawn, baked bean jigsaw, ick, too hard. What about dressing up? I ask, bouncing off the bed. I'll be a vampire. You're always a vampire. Okay then, if you don't want to do dressing up, what do you want to do? He groans. Well, it is Ramadan. Maybe he's dying of hunger. I sit on the carpet and cross my legs like in assembly. Come and join me, I say, doing a funny voice, for some tea. I can't drink, he starts, but then he sees me pinching the air, pretending to hold a teapot. You're allowed this type of tea, aren't you? Okay. He plops onto the floor. His T-shirt slides up. His tummy's got black hair on it. My toes go tingly. I pinch my fingers on the other hand to make a cup, and then I pour us both a tea. There you go, Sammy. Oh, no, you're not holding it right. Pinch your thumb and forefinger together like this, then stick up your little finger. That's better. You could drink tea with the Queen like that. Okay, now lift it to your lips and drink little sips. Sammy lifts his cup but doesn't drink. Are your hands bleeding? He asks suddenly. What? There's no blood, no. He says your family's hands have blood on them. That's a silly thing to say, Sammy. Of course they haven't. Look! He throws his cup on the floor. My dad doesn't lie. Are you hungry? Is it making you feel funny? Drink some tea, you'll feel better. I do a big slurp. He shakes his head. That picture. What picture? That picture in your kitchen. The old man with the moustache. Oh, the photo of Great Gramps. You like it? That's a very old photograph. It's 2 centuries old. That's 200 years, Sammy. Great Gramps looks like a very important man, doesn't he? I grin. Hey, I know. Let's dress up like him. We'll need a cardboard box for a cart, maybe a toothbrush for the moustache. No. Samir wriggles around like his insides hurt. Do you know what your granddad... My great-granddad, what your great-granddad is sitting on? Why, of course I do, I say proudly. It's the Indian Railway. And who are those other men in the photo? The shadowy men? I don't know. Come on, Sammy, do the tea party properly. Now, would you pass me the sugar, please? Samir passes me some sugar, but he pours it over my cup for a lot longer than you would with real sugar. Tastes disgusting if you put too much in, but I drink anyway. I wonder if he can read my mind. If he can, he'll know I wrote his name on a heart-shaped sticker and stuck it in my diary last week. My dad, Samir says in a strange, low voice. My dad says you're taking something. Taking what? What am I taking? I'm not saying. Say it. It's a bad word. I won't tell. Samir wrinkles his nose and whispers. Piss. Taking piss? Shh, yes. He says you go to our restaurant all the time, and he says that a few lifts are worth much less than 1,000 chicken tikka masalas, and he says that from now on what? You can forget your extra green chilies. He thuds his feet against the carpet, a softer thud this time. Samir, I don't understand. I think, he says, twisting and untwisting his lips, making them all sore. I think that maybe we're running out of food. Oh, is that why you're so hungry? Is that why you're doing Ramadan? My dad says that all he ever brought to Scotland were his special pakoras, but that your great-granddad didn't take any pakoras to India. He took... What did he take? Samir swallows hard. Piss. No, Samir, no he didn't. He probably took stuff like wood and metal to make the railway. Now don't be mean or I'll tell your mum, please drink your tea. Don't want to. Samir crosses his arms and shuffles back on the floor. It wasn't just your great-granddad anyway. He went with lots of other men and they took lots of piss. I think the boss was called Colin because my dad called it Colin's Nation and lots of people died. But Great-Gramps was Scottish, I say quickly. He said aye, like me, and he drank whiskey like my dad. Scottish people aren't bad, Sammy. I try to laugh. Dad says that Englishmen did nasty things once. My mummy's not nasty, though. She's nice. Samir frowns. Well, my dad told me, he blurts, about when he lived in Kolkata and about what Colin's Nation did to the tea. Tea? I remember my cup and pinched the handle. But the look on Samir's face makes me let go. Thanks.